Then he disappeared, leaving Ash alone. The prince did not understand at all what this incomprehensible creature was trying to tell him. A mechanical voice rang out, announcing the 10-digit number of the invention. Ash's eyes widened in surprise. He thought he heard strange sounds in his head. The mechanical voice added that the 7th-generation nanomachine of Sky Corporation had been put into operation. Long ago, the warriors of the Celestial Empire developed a martial art to protect themselves. Over time, it evolved from a means of self-defense into a lifestyle. Now it is a complex system that includes methods of nutrition, breathing, spiritual development, and much more. Warriors passed on their knowledge to the next generations through special writings and sacred books, which over time began to resemble a full-fledged teaching. Compared to ordinary people, those who mastered the art of war, who were called Nurim, had simply incredible powers. One day, young students united, wanting to quickly gain more power and knowledge that their elders possessed. They did not want to share them ahead of time, and as a result, the Murim society was split into traitors and loyalists. Unable to defeat each other, a precarious balance was maintained between them for a very long time, until a completely different, third force appeared. They were called magicians, and their teachings were called magic. This is the story of someone who wanted to overthrow the Lord of Magic and become the new Lord himself. This is the story of Prince Ash. The protagonist woke up. He abruptly got out of bed, remembering everything. Ash looked at his palms and was surprised that he was alive, because he remembered that a sword had definitely been stuck into his stomach. He rubbed his forehead and wondered what had happened and why he was all wet. Then he began to feel sick, and the guy covered his mouth with his hand. The protagonist discovered that his hand was covered in black spots for some reason. The prince examined himself, smelled a poisonous smell, and felt the stickiness of his body. The mechanical voice asked the user if he was awake. Ash didn't understand what it was and looked up from examining himself. The nanomachine repeated its question. The boy got scared, jumped out of bed, and started looking for the source of the voice. He looked around the room but realized that there was no one around. The nanomachine asked the user to calm down. The prince thought it was an inner voice but decided that it was unlikely. The protagonist had only heard it once in his life and it sounded different. Ash thought deeply as the voice seemed to be coming straight from his head. The boy was in no hurry to move. He came to the conclusion that the voice was really in his head. The nanomachine confirmed his thoughts and Ash was stunned. The prince clenched his fists and loudly asked who he was talking to. The mechanical voice introduced itself as the 7th-generation Sky Compression nanomachine, which had established a direct connection with the nerve center of Ash's brain. The protagonist closed his eyes and exclaimed that he did not understand what he was talking about. He asked to be told normally who he was. The guy, standing with his back to the open window, listened as the mechanical voice repeated that he was a 7th-generation machine. The prince thought he called himself a nanospirit. He frowned when he realized that if it was a spirit, then it was the kind of creature that could be obtained by comprehending the magical sacred fire. The protagonist fell to all fours. He raised his head and asked if he was really talking to a spirit. The nanomachine remained silent.